As an immigrant, as a female young founder in Cyprus, was it ever tough?
I know that people still judge you for many things, including the gender, nationality, and knowing all the political difficulties. Again, coming back to investments, it was much more difficult to get the investment. You immediately start to feel what is right and what is wrong. So those who are like lazy or giving you wrong prices, you don't really want to. You can't lie. Basically, if we see that this person cannot be trusted on our opinion, we can suspend it.
Absolute disaster.
Diana Verkhoturova. She has vast experience in product development from ideas to running a business, before creating her own startup Anymaster.
Real users' testimonials are usually the best what we can get, because customers with completed orders can leave a review. So we know for sure that this master.
How important is technology from 1 to 10?
Without technology, I always knew that it should never be easy. If it was easy, everyone could do it. Each step they wanted something more, and okay, let's say when we onboarded one store, they told us we need to see it not only Superhome need. When we onboarded like Mr. Bricolage and Mangas, they told like, okay, then we need to see that it works not only in Cyprus. Nobody considered Cyprus as the main market. I mean, I agree with them. I can't say that Cyprus is enough to make a unicorn or even like a big profitable business.
Was that your personal main goal? Was that then you were mostly chasing behind investment? Hello. Welcome to another episode of Made in Cyprus, big business stories from a tiny island. And today we have Diana Verkhoturova from Anymaster. Thank you very much for your time and for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting.
You are the founder of Anymaster, and if you live in Cyprus, you probably, or even with more certainty, you must have had some problems with service provider. And particularly for Factory 39, we changed 2 offices in these 6 years of operation here on the island. And every single time we had absolute disaster stories in the terms of finding the right people, whether it's a carpenter that screw up the setting. And I remember one of the stories was that we had this piece of glass that was separating one of the offices, and it got delivered 2 weeks late, which is kind of standard for the local situations. But also it got delivered 50 centimeters bigger after 2 weeks, not 5 millimeters, no 5 centimeters, 50 centimeters bigger. And so it had to be redone altogether. Was this type of pain point that also inspired you with Anymaster?
Exactly. To be honest, it was also connected to the office construction.
Was it?
Yeah. So when we relocated, 3 years ago, the first big things that I needed to do is actually quite a big office of 700 meters.
Oh, wow.
So it was a lot of small things, big things, and it was quite a disaster to not only to find trusted professionals, but also, again, to estimate the time, how fast they can do their job, and whether it actually will be delivered in a way you expect it to be. So I always felt that I'm overpaying for the low quality. And this was something that really made me feel that this is something that can be improved. So, I think that the first big pain was actually this big office, which led me to think, at least like a first small thought about it.
700 square meters, that's what you said?
Yes.
My God, I cannot even imagine. But so what? There are service providers, right? It's probably one of the most competitive sectors in Cyprus. What is the actual problem then?
I would say that we are not like disrupting the business of service providers. We are facilitating the transparency of this market and efficiency. So our main suppliers are those actual masters who have always been there, and we are just helping them to increase their visibility. If they're good masters, to increase their reputation. So public profile is basically gives a lot of value for good professionals. And also what we help to do is to find those who are not that good. And if this person or this company use Anymaster and we receive bad feedback from them.
You go and kill them.
No, we just see and we keep these reviews so that other people will not get into the same trap. So I would say that this visibility and transparency is something that we bring to the market. Beside like efficiency, of course, because the timing in Cyprus before us in those sectors where we already brought our software like on scale improved a lot. I don't know if you know, we are also like official partners of Superhome Center chain.
I know. I saw the branding around. How did that happen to be then?
Because they had a pain, and when we offered them a solution, they actually were brave enough to try this small startup with zero reputation. I mean, we were very small. We didn't do anything publicly yet a lot. So the general director just believed in me, I guess, which is I'm very grateful for. So when we started working with them, they had also like all these big stores, probably like you said, around 7 to 10 working days delivery, while like Cyprus, come on, it's very small. You can go by foot in 10 days around the whole island.
It's fascinating because Superhome Center is literally behind these offices, and when we order online, that is the journey.
So when we told them that we can do it in one day, they just decided to try it. And we started to first steps were very like small. We just put our kiosk in the big store in Limassol. So if people were buying something bulky like wardrobe or shower cabin, and they wanted it to be delivered and installed or assembled, the managers on the customer service desk, they were telling like, I go to this Anymaster kiosk, they will create an order for you, they will manage it. And we had a girl who was staying there and registering their orders. So, and we were manually sending these orders to the registered masters who had vans. So those people, masters, they were coming with their vans to the warehouse of the Superhome, collected the things, and came to the house of the client. So, and they were doing the job. So it very quickly showed how quick we can work and how easier it is for the Superhome. So that they allowed us not to put kiosks of Anymaster in each and every store, because it's like a lot of cost. You need to have people hired who will work, and they will basically do the same job as customer service desk in the store. So we decided to provide them actual software for this. So our apps, a bit tailored for the store managers. And they started to use them last year in September. And in less than, I think before the new year, so in less than 3 months, we onboarded all 6 stores in the Cyprus. Basically, we trained them to use the app. And when any customer was coming to the customer service desk saying that they want a delivery and assembly, they started to register all the orders to the system. And we were assigning all these orders to the pre-selected masters with vans, with the trust, with the good reviews. And all over the Cyprus now, this is how it works. And our average time to deliver or deliver and assemble or install is 1.5 days.
Amazing.
So it's like a huge change, to be honest, for the stores.
For Cyprus,
and for the
Yeah, I remember like when I moved from London to Cyprus, one of the things that I missed the most was Amazon Prime. And the ability to buy stuff and
the same day almost.
Same day or the next day. So like any kind of connection between supply and demand, you have challenges to kind of onboard both.
It's like a chicken egg. You always need to have enough.
Which way did you go first?
As I told, this is a chicken egg. You never can choose the main.
So you're doing both, yeah?
Yes, it's like a balancing. It's like a basic problem solving of economics. You need to cross the demand and supply to make it balance. So when we have too much of demand and lack of supply of services, usually we suffer a lot. When we have more supply than demand, we can't really motivate those masters to stay long and to be at attached to us,
Yeah.
to depend a bit on us. So we need to provide them at least, I would say, 70-80% of their monthly earnings, like through us, to make them really like happy with us.
So Anymaster is the majority of their profit then, yeah?
For those who are working with us a lot, I mean, those who are in partner program, when I say partner, it means like with stores.
Yeah.
So when there's a bigger volumes, more constant flow, we like select those good masters and we put them on the traffic. So we assign more and more orders for them. And those, I believe they're quite happy.
But it's up to them decide how much they want to be involved, right? Or so it's kind of almost like an Uber model in a way, right?
Yes,
so
yes. It's really like this. Yes, some of the masters, they have their another employment where they work, let's say, either on shifts or they are not full day working or not every day working, and they just free up their schedule for us, the one that they prefer. So they can tell us, I want to be with you like Monday to Friday only mornings or only evenings, and let's say Saturday full day if they want it. And basically they balance their revenue, income, and they get extra money, extra job, which make them happy, I think.
So I guess one of the the biggest problem in Cyprus for the service industry, I'm talking about, carpenters, installers, or whatever you wanna call it, is the trust, right? And I think Cyprus is still very much reliant on those old ways, in a way, like asking your friends, your family, your colleagues, kind of like, do you know someone good? And how did you manage to build that trust into the platform for both ends?
Real users' testimonials are usually the best what we can get, because only completed deals, only completed orders, customers with completed orders can leave a review. So we know for sure that this master was at client's place and he completed the job, and the client can leave a review. Those feedbacks, also in negative scenarios, if something went wrong and master was not good, is the best for us to rate and rank masters. And again, if we are talking about those who work a lot with us, masters, some of them, they already have like 400 reviews with, 4.99 out of 5, which is like, you can't lie. Like you see that this person is trusted, that he actually worked really good. So I would say these testimonials is one of the most trusted thing. And when masters are just onboarding, like for the first time, we don't really check them in terms of the quality of the services they provide, because we collect some data from them that shows that they're the real person. Also, if they want to get online payments, they go through the KYC. So, but you can really see that good communicators on the platform, those who actually send the right offers, like market offers, they end up to be good professionals. Those who are a bit rude, or they are like pretending that they know the price better and put it out of the market price, usually clients feel it because it's a betting system, so for one order you get like several offers.
So I have a need and I put an ad, what I need to be done, and then the Anymasters go there and they put their offer on that. Like
those masters, they basically send you offers. So if you have let's say to assemble a bed, you write like you put the order, and then you get in Limassol you will get the first offer in less than 1 minute.
Oh wow,
it's like very fast. And you get like 50 euros, 60 euros, 200 euros, like 20 euros. And you immediately start to feel what is right and what is wrong.
200 euros for a bed, probably a bit much.
And you even don't talk with him. Like he's out of his mind probably. So, and those who are more we also like ask and motivate masters to provide more real information about them, like their real photos, their description of their experience. And when you just communicate with the person who committed enough to get you as a client, you see that he's more or less reliable. So those who are like lazy or giving you wrong prices or can't even chat with you, you don't really want to choose him.
Yeah.
So this is something like a funnel in the very beginning that make you also feel as a client who is better. And if we have a lot of monitoring systems in place, and if we see that he or she behaves a bit weirdly, we can like contact, ask some questions whether he's okay or she. And basically, if we see that this person is not cannot be trusted on our opinion, we can suspend. So
happens a lot?
Not really. Not. I think that people are afraid to be publicly online.
It's a bit like LinkedIn, isn't it? You don't find a lot of dicks on LinkedIn because they are professionally representing themselves and the company, right? Whether Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, it's a different story.
Like a lot of, I don't know, like the Russian or Ukraine, Belarusian community, we use a lot of Telegram, let's say.
Yeah.
Telegram is full of scam. I mean, you can be whoever you want with your account on
they use it to find this type of suppliers.
Yes, because there are like groups, chats where you can ask for help. And I would say this is much less trusted. And I would never use it because I used it before.
It's fascinating. So you're taking the traditional Cypriot word of mouth reviews and peer-to-peer evaluation. You're digitalizing it in a way which is really interesting. And when starting the Anymaster business, what were your main challenges at the beginning?
I would say that you should never underestimate the culture, and this was something that I needed to dive deeper from the day one. For the first year.
You mean difference between Suvla and Souvlaki and
yes,
how
but in
to
more
be
professional.
How to be needs to be there.
Yeah, actually, how to communicate with those masters because we also they want to work with us, but we also depend on them. So to find
mostly locals are mostly Cypriots.
Yeah, so actually for the first maybe half of the year, we had even bigger community of migrants and expats because they first think that Anymaster is like these small jobs to get some money. Yeah. But when they understood that we are growing, that we are getting better partners, locals started to trust us more.
So it's always like this.
And now most of the masters are locals.
And what was the cultural challenge then?
This communication, because like for me, and also in the first year, I was the main person to contact all the masters. I mean, I was trying to build these partnerships with them, and I don't know if it sounds a bit how to say, I don't know, chauvinism, I don't know. So, but they were not trusting a woman to deal with this type of jobs.
It's a traditional industry.
Yeah, and when now my brother is in my team, he does most of the operations. And you need to be this person. Hey, bro,
he's the buddy.
Friend, you're the buddy. Like we are friends. We are like almost not family, of course, but like they need this, like to shake the hand, to put your hand on the shoulder, and to be like this. So it's
true. It's true. Like in every situation in Cyprus, it's still very much a male-driven society, and
service providers
probably. I mean, probably
except cleaners,
so.
Unfortunately.
And also, you were coming from the crypto space, right?
Yeah.
Could have been more different than this.
I think I was so much tired of this that this shift was quite a pleasant thing.
What is the furthest away of the crypto space and its traditional service provider industry?
I think it's a really very real thing that you work with. In crypto, you are working with something that
you cannot touch.
Yes, you can't touch. You even sometimes, like I was very deep into the technology. I understood a lot of things about cryptography and how we work, what are the technologies behind in each and every product. And I knew that nobody understands what it is. And like you're working with, you just don't like the space where you're selling or you're providing services for such a different society. You can't even understand who is your user, to be honest. Like sometimes your users are like people from very poor countries, and sometimes it's like people from US and Europe, but you can't really understand what is their desires, what they do, what pain you solve for them. Each and every was like, a lot of people were speculating on crypto. They were not really understanding why the technology exists and what it is for. So it was a bit very vague, but we were mainly the technology company. We were not actually earning from the market of, the speculations of the market. But I was somehow tired of working with the very broad and vague industry, which I liked a lot, to be honest. Just was a bit tired. I wanted to solve a bit more real problems, because there you solve everyday problems, but which are not actually at the top of like if someone can't still screw my, I don't know, something like a chair, and you are solving the problem of I don't know, the speed of the transaction somewhere in some network that doesn't even know, doesn't even.
It's also not a problem from everyone, isn't it? I think that the service provider is probably also touches more lives.
Each and every household, I would say.
Especially in Cyprus. I mean, I think like we moved in our place 6 years ago. Like we are master procrastinators, so we haven't done anything.
Cypriots.
Very busy master procrastinators. We didn't even have put curtains with the excuse of like we're gonna have to do the whole house, so we don't know what color to put. So we haven't done anything. But also, I'm not gonna lie to you. There is a massive fear of how to turn that house vision, home vision into reality with the availability of expertise on the island. And I have to say, like, services like yours make that much easier. If you can go there, see the experience, see the reviews, and see that you can trust, and then maybe
makes it much easier the life. I would say that even for me, I use Anymaster as a user, and I'm sometimes so happy that it took me like 10 minutes to solve some problems, which before I would say I need to ask my, I don't know, landlord who knows, maybe someone who have some experience. So it takes so much time to communicate with like 3 parties. And so now I believe for those who, there is this threshold, the time consuming, like all people nowadays, they really value the time. So when you think about the competitors on your market, you always need to think like, oh, there is no competitors. No, they're like Netflix is your competitor. Instagram is your
all
competitor.
The time eaters.
Like everyone who takes your attention or time is your big competitor. So if you want to bring something to the market, you need to bring something that will save someone's time. So I believe such services are something that bring the value even from this time part.
So you were the CEO of Lumi Wallet before this. Did you found the company as well?
No. I was like one of the first hirings. So
you were like an early joiner. What learnings did you manage to bring from that journey to this? Even though if they're completely different industry, did you find any transferable skill set and learnings from that experience?
It was a huge experience for actually software development and product development. Like before, I was much less competent in this. And in terms of business skills, I would say I have very good teachers, or how you call mentors there. And I understood that you need to make moves much faster. Like, you always have this fear that you need to prepare something to make the next step, or you need to complete something to make
perfectionism in a way,
or something like. But if we see now, like what happened with Superhome in our thing, we came when we didn't have anything for them. Like we didn't have any software, we didn't have any special service to help them. We just did it sort of bold that, okay, we will manually manage it and then we will do the product for them. And let's say now we want to go to, we are already like in the process to expand to Athens. And again, like of course we are not fully ready for the whole Athens market, but who cares? Like if I will get the demand, I will give the solution.
It's a beautiful learning, right? To just
Like
go
just
for it.
go,
Don't overthink.
Yeah.
Really nice. Did you get investment in Cyprus?
Yes.
How was that journey?
It was quite tough. I mean, very tough, I would say. I think it's almost broke me.
You almost give up.
Many times. I think only support of nearest and dearest helped me not to give up. And the very first investors were the angel investors, one of them from my previous company, then like friends of his friends or something like this, like very...
Friends and family, let's say.
Yeah,
first
so
round,
it was very... It even wasn't around, like giving some money on the go to help us not to fail. But when I started to think about really to get the investment from someone who can be called outsider, so that I didn't know this person before, so I want to call him investor, proper investor. I thought it will take much less time, and I thought that it will be easier. Because before, when I was in Lumi, let's say, we started it in 2017, and when I was going to some like conferences or events, people were happy to give me money when we didn't need it. It was an absolutely different market.
Is that because the crypto was trendy, was sexy?
Crypto was trendy, and
also VCs were more generous back then.
Yes, and the market of VCs was like booming.
Take my money.
Yeah. Everyone was like actually asking if we need investment, and while we were fully independent, invested by the founders, and. When I started, I thought like, okay, 3 months is a good journey. I need to prepare the deck. I need to start contacting investors.
Ambitious though, 3 months. I have to say it was ambitious even from the get-go.
Yes, it was very ambitious. And I thought that I already had some network, I had it in mind that it will work out somehow, that I will...
Out of Cyprus.
Yes, like some maybe from the professional network.
Yeah.
And when we started to reach out for the investors, I understood that even if they're interested a bit, they don't want to make any move. They want to keep it like a bit warm, to look after you, how you cope for the next 6 months.
Very cautious. Yeah.
Yes, very cautious. And even those who really who had money, in their hands, who are investing right now, let's say, they didn't want to give it to someone they don't know. Because before they were not caring about personalities. Who is this person? It's like, oh, crypto, okay, I will give it to you. It will grow anyway. And here they were like really wanted to see who is this person, whether he will fail or not. And I think their first moves for really try to get the investment were last August. I was reaching a lot of investors.
So how many months after your original 3?
I would say that I got the main big tranche of money in July. So it's almost 1 year.
Yeah, 12 months,
yeah. And
was that your personal main goal? Was that then you were mostly chasing behind the investment?
Yes. And it was the investment from the family office, which the first time we contacted with them in March. So basically the cycle of get the money from the first touch is almost like March, April, May, so it's 5 months.
Wow.
But to find this person, it also takes the time, because you have a huge funnel which doesn't work sometimes. And this trust is a big issue now in investment.
Was in the conversation with investors out of Cyprus expansion?
Of course, nobody considered Cyprus as the main market. I mean, I agree with them. I can't say that Cyprus is enough to make a unicorn or even like a big profitable business. It just doesn't have this size of the market. But they were not ready even to talk about how to test the market here. So they wanted. It's like actually it was on each step they wanted something more. And okay, let's say when we onboarded one store, they told us we need to see it that it can be repeated, like that we can see that not only Superhome needed. When we onboarded like Mr. Bricolage and Mangas, they told like okay, then we need to see that it works not only in Cyprus.
To actually get the funding, that before.
Yes,
wow.
And they. Like, okay, I see that they want that it grows, to see that it grows. But when we were already talking with those who were even ready to give us money to help us to expand, this, let's say, 5 months of negotiation and signing and like getting the money, what they think, how can I finance the team for these 5 months while we're just talking? So it's always a challenge that if they actually are very slow, the VCs or investors, private investors, family offices, they really need to keep in mind that while they are cautious and while they're thinking whether to invest to some startup, if they're talking with them today, in 5 months, they will most probably invest to a different team. Because it's very difficult to keep very talented professionals in the team if you don't pay them. So
makes sense.
Yeah. So imagine that, and usually, actually, I think that the startup is not the technology, is the team who are ready to do this, and these particular people is exactly those to whom you invest. So if you're talking with me in March. And I have like brilliant, designer, backend developer, iOS Android developer, like business developer or somebody. And we have these results by now because of this team. All investors should keep in mind that if they take it very long on this stage, and they will end up to give money in
for different
July.
Set of team and the
it
situation
might be
different.
Yeah, it might just waste it. Because it's going to be a totally different company.
Interesting. So moving into Europe, completely different ballgame, right? Because service marketplaces are not necessarily new. I think in Cyprus, do you have anyone else in Cyprus as a competitor?
Yeah, there is a Greek player. There was also some small beginnings of, I think, some Russian teams who started to do it. But I would say that there wasn't, when we started, there wasn't like the first mover or the big name. So
someone did move a bit the waves, but no one really did a big wave. But what would you say sets you apart for what you have for the European expansion as well? Because it's gonna get more competitive, right?
I think that the business model that we structured by now, that we work with businesses like stores, is very stable and
so the B2B side
it's
of
like
thing.
B2B as an entry point, and then like B2B2C is how we get end users.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
because you have the actual B2B relationship, and then that B2B customer can also be cross-pollinate into becoming your customer, which is interesting. So by getting that store, you get their audience as well.
Yes,
that's really smart.
This is a very suitable place to acquire those users, because all these stores, DIY stores, let's say furniture DIY.
They also have masters.
Yes, this is the thing that basically you face both of them and you give the trust to both of them. In tools section, you can try to acquire and to promote the master site.
I already see how the preliminary pages of your deck look like with these diagrams and these people coming in from all sides. Yeah, really interesting.
Yes. And we really help stores, I think. So we actually solve their problems.
Yeah.
So it's not something that we steal from them, I mean, customers or masters. We bring a lot of value to increased the NPS, for example, Net Promoter Score. Their customers much happier with us, as what we see from the feedback now.
From 7 days to 1.
Yeah. And you're right. And it's very transparent. Nobody needs to call anyone. It's like very easy. And actually, one of the big things that it's not very visible for usual consumer. If you, as a store, sold a wardrobe or a sofa, and your delivery company will pick it up to go to the client's house in 10 days, basically half of your business is a storage business. So you have a sold product in your warehouse.
Wasting space.
And you can't bring more products to your big store. And every time before, let's say, we already have these statistics with the stores that we work a lot. Basically, we free up the space and they bring new furniture or big items to sell to this particular store, so that when the customer come and he asks, like, do you have it in stock? With us now, they can say yes. And before, usually they were looking in their system and, okay, we have in central warehouse, so it will take some time to bring it here and then to bring to home. Yeah. And this supply chain improvement is also a huge benefit for the stores.
So for the B2C customers, what type of masters are there? What kind of services do you offer?
Most of all, home improvements, repairs, everything from cleaning, everything that is about home, I would say, is the biggest thing for us. Everything that can be renovated, repaired. Usually we don't go into big renovations, I mean like construction, because those deals are much longer and people are much more picky. But if we're talking about renovations to paint the full apartment,
renovation and maintenance,
this is where we can provide good professionals and they will be quick.
I also saw some IT and some digital services in there. Is that a pillar you still want to develop?
We were, experimenting what we will get as a demand. I would say that now we are focusing much more on everything that is around households and offices. Yeah. So everything that can be repaired or improved or
Interesting. And so you, for someone so young, you had quite a lot of interesting experiences because you also were a very young CEO.
Yeah, everyone before, when I was 24 or something on the conferences, they were quite amazed.
Really interesting. And you also travel a lot. So coming from Siberia originally, you left home early. My grandfather is also from Siberia, by the way, from a village I don't even know. And we try to find it every now and then on Google Maps. It's not there. But we know he's from somewhere around there, top north. Lisbon, there was some France in the middle as well.
I was mainly in St. Petersburg and only went for studies also in Lisbon and Geneva. Yeah. But then I came back to Russia to work. So this was my, actually Lumi was my first big thing where I worked for more than 7, I think, years in total. But before Lumi, there were some other projects in the same company, basically.
How did you land on this little floating piece of Mediterranean? How did you get to Cyprus?
Because we wanted to relocate the whole company.
That was the 700 square meters office that you had to... And why Cyprus? So it was going into a upcoming fintech hub, or what was the decision?
It was very friendly for Russian relocators, Russian companies. And it was very inviting in many aspects, economically, politically, and I would say it's much easier to sell the idea to the developers to go to an island with a sea than to go, I don't know, to some northern country, because we were considering something like Latvia, Estonia. It also was very friendly before.
And I'm from Estonia, so we keep going around.
But it was a very great choice to come to Cyprus, because you know what is going on now, and it's not very friendly, and it's very hard to live with a Russian background now in all border countries. And I think Cyprus back then was already changing a lot of laws to be more, how you call it?
Attractive,
attractive for the IT companies, like this IP books. I don't know, like taxation, discounts for the income, and also the time that we spend to employ a developer in Cyprus is I don't know, like less than I think you can fully provide him all the documents in less than 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And if you are this like high talented from the list of people in Cyprus, you can easily employ those people. And if you are anywhere else in Europe, it's quite a
and lots of companies as well offering really competitive relocation packages that take care of everything. So it's a no-brainer. Would you say that Limassol is your final home?
We don't know what the life brings, but I really like it. I really like the life here, people here, and I want to settle here, I think. I can't find any other country right now that invites me more or attract me more. And I see myself as more a frequent traveler with some base. And I can call Cyprus as a base. Yep.
And as an immigrant, as a female young founder in Cyprus, was it ever
all
tough?
All difficulties in one thing.
Was it tough in places?
Of course, you always face some like misjudgments or whatever, but. I don't know, it depends on the personality. I always knew that it should never be easy. If it was easy, everyone could do it. Yeah. So I know that people still judge you for many things, including the gender, the nationality, and knowing all the political difficulties. Again, coming back to investments, it was much more difficult to get the investment if you're a female, Russian passport holder, startupper, because first of all, they really trust less to women. They don't really believe that they can deliver the same amount of effort. They still like comment on very weird things when you talk with them. And then when you already found someone, it can be even a female investor. She can tell that I think I will pass because you're a Russian passport holder. It might be risky for the next your like expansion plans. And you're like, okay, thanks. Now we're not fighting the female part. We are fighting the nationality. Then like, I don't know. I would say that you need to really find people who judge not with how you call this, prejudice, or
not with bias, but
not
with the
bias.
potential.
So, but you see, everything can be done if you're crazy enough.
Have enough perseverance and
you have a lot of support, I would say. Actually, like this half of the year, I was, as you said, I was really ready to give up many times. Not because it's just difficult. Sometimes you stop believing in yourself just because others don't believe in you.
And you see a lot of those stories in Cyprus, unfortunately. People that give up.
You need to have
tough.
Strong support around you, and I'm very grateful to all the people who were around me for this time.
So what would you say to a young, inspiring entrepreneur out there on the island as a piece of advice?
I think it's not only for the island, but I think that they must dream big and to be crazy enough to be like, everyone will say that it's impossible, and it's possible only because of you. So if you stop believing yourself, it will never happen. So you need to really be this, I saw very weird ideas that came to the life very beautifully. And it would never work out if it was a person who didn't believe it.
Yeah.
So you can create anything, and it actually can work out just because you believed in
Very
this.
nice.
So I would say,
How important, as a closing question, how important is technology from 1 to 10?
very important. I think it's of course a combination between technology and your business model and the business behind it. You should not digitize the things that can work without it.
Yeah. Overforce it, let's say.
Yeah, like you don't need sometimes it. But without technology, you sometimes you just can't bring the idea to life.
So 1 to 10?
I would say 9 because
People?
you need to. Oh, people is 10.
Brand?
I really believe in brands. I would say 6, 7.
Mm-hmm. People first always, yeah.
Yeah, people first. I mean, all other things, they bring the value all together, but without people, you can do nothing.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I know that you're very busy. You're looking forward for the weekend. Do you actually ever work in the weekend?
I work, I think, every day.
Wrong answer. No Saturday and no Sundays.
No.
Diana, honestly, thank you very much for your time, for opening up with us. Good luck with the business. Good luck with Athens. And go Cyprus, go Anymaster.
Yeah, we will try to present Cyprus startup in Greece with full force.
I know you will do. Thank you very much and see you next time.